Hey everybody, Michael Snyder here, California Weather Watch. Today is August 19th, and right now we're doing another nighttime edition. Here you can see Hurricane Hilary off the coast of Baja as we speak, downgraded to a Category 2, continuing its weakening trend here, but it's got plenty of moisture here that's going to be moving up across Southern California here, but still quite an impressive wind field here. And you know, they're feeling it along the immediate coastline, especially in some of the higher terrain there across the peninsula, out across the Gulf of California as well. You can see here in the infrared satellite imagery, you can see all the lightning coming up with the storm system. And if you're across some of the Central Valley here up towards foothills of the Sierra Nevada, just off to the west of Reno there, some pretty good lightning activity going on through the evening tonight. It's dispatching some flights through that stuff there, and a lot of bolts popping up there. You can see that moved up all the way across Oregon here as well. And yeah, so into the subtropical moisture in advance of the system here, already priming the pump here across the area, dropping some rainfall. But the biggest amounts, of course, are going to come with the cyclone itself here. Tropical storm warnings all over the place here across Southern California. Let's dive into some of these details. But if you want a quick look at a nice, affordable home weather station, click on that link down below to save 10% off. Now, check it out. You guys probably know about this here too, but 6 inches of water can knock you off your feet here, and 12 inches of water can carry away a small car, about 18 to 24 to carry away an SUV and some larger trucks and whatnot. So turn around, don't drown here. There's going to be a lot of this water over the roadway thing going on here as we go through the next few days, especially across the desert areas. Now, looking at this precipitable water, the record for San Diego is about 2.7 inches, and watch as Hurricane Hilary moves up here, eventually becomes a tropical system and moves up over the San Diego area. Could be the moistest air mass ever to move up over Southern California here in San Diego in recorded history. I'll put that disclaimer in there as well. But yeah, the highest ever precipitable water recorded value is likely to be broken here across San Diego as we go on into the day tomorrow. Now, this is looking at composite reflectivity on the NEM3KM Doppler radar, what it may look like here as we scroll through tonight into tomorrow morning. You can see the continuous rainfall, and then the really big heavy surge here starts coming across the border as we go through Sunday afternoon. That moves up across from the desert areas up towards Nevada. High risk here for some flash flooding here. We'll look at those details here in a moment, and you can see the system move up across Nevada, Oregon, Idaho as we go on in through the day Monday and finally get it out of our hair here across the Southwest. This is looking at tornado parameter, so check it out. There is going to be the potential with this. You know, there's pretty good turning in the atmosphere here. If we do destabilize the atmosphere a bit here, you can see some of the significant tornado parameter showing up across western portions of Arizona, Nevada, California here. There's actually 2% here issued by the SPC as well. So watch out for that. You could get some stronger thunderstorms rolling across the area today if they do destabilize here. Now, taking a look at the HRRR, this is total precipitation in inches, the high-resolution model that runs every hour, and on the every 6 hours, it runs at about 48 hours. But you can see the impressive amounts coming across the region here. And some places are going to get 1 to 2 years of precipitation coming up here in a day or two across the area. Look at Catalina Island, and some of the high-resolution models have been showing some very heavy precipitation amounts here. As the tropical storm center is going to track somewhere right across San Diego here, and maybe the Los Angeles metro here, and bring some big precipitation values all the way up across Nevada. This is looking at the 80-meter wind speed here. The state of California here. Put this into motion, and you can clearly see Hurricane Hilary moving up. It'll be a tropical storm by this point, and there we go. The circulation right over San Diego here, and probably some pretty strong winds here as we go, because the pressure rise is going to be pretty significant behind the system as it comes up. Big winds across the desert areas as well in the higher terrain, and you'll see that wind move up and across Nevada as we go on in through Monday morning there as well. So yeah, a lot of the system still on track here, maybe a tiny downgrade in some of the precipitation amounts, but I don't want to highlight that because some areas are going to get hit significantly hard. This is max 10-meter wind gust. The wind may be a problem across some of the desert areas as well. Look at Catalina, gust up almost 60 miles per hour. Some of the coastline here, look at the San Diego, upper 50s. Maybe 60 miles per hour along the coastline, all the way up towards the Los Angeles metro, 50 plus here. And look at the desert area, some gusts up over 70 miles per hour, and especially across the higher terrain, up towards 80 miles per hour are possible here as this system moves across. Nice pressure rise coming up the coastline with this system, even though it's going to be downgraded to a tropical storm. And here we go. There's Hurricane Hilary downgraded to a tropical storm and then moving across Southern California there. And with it, it's strong pressure rise and some interesting wind shifts here going on across the Southern California coastline as well. Big winds, though, coming across the high deserts and the higher terrain as well as we go on in through Monday morning. This ends about 12Z on Sunday, which is about 5 a.m. tomorrow. Moderate for Southern California, and then the high that extends across California, the desert areas, including Death Valley, and does include Highway 395 between Tonopah, Nevada, and Las Vegas here as well. Places out here are extremely susceptible to flash flooding. This precipitation event is most likely going to be washing out roadways, and it is a definite threat to life if you are out and about in these risk areas tomorrow. As we go through Monday through Tuesday morning, you can see that slight risk across Nevada, up through Oregon, Idaho, and into western Montana as well. And this would be through day 4, Tuesday morning, maybe some of southeast Washington, Oregon, Idaho there also. But this will be out of California here by the time we get on into later on the day Monday. This is looking at tonight. You can see there is a marginal risk here, mainly for wind, as you can see with that thunderstorm activity. It does include Fresno just off to the east and the southeast of San Francisco and just south of Sacramento here, but thunderstorm activity could be rolling around some of these areas as well as we go through the night tonight. Tomorrow, there's that tornado threat. It does include Las Vegas down there and some of the desert areas here as well, including western Arizona, so watch out for that. Could get some brief spin ups, and if they do happen to hit anything out there, they can cause some damage, so heads up for that. This is the GFS. We've been talking about this for days. You can see the track is consolidated, probably passing somewhere right over San Diego and the Los Angeles metro as we go through the day tomorrow. This is looking at 500 millibars, kind of showing you what's going on here for people who have not been watching for the last few days. Big ridge of high pressure here at about 18,000 feet, upper level low. And you can see the southerly flow in front of this upper level low, and the clockwise rotation around the high gives the perfect avenue for this tropical system to just blast up and across the area, bringing very heavy precipitation with it. Big precipitable water values like gears in a machine turning and spinning that tropical system through it, kind of hands it off to this trough across Pacific Northwest, which will push it up across Idaho and Montana here as we go on in through Tuesday and Wednesday. Here we are with the integrated vapor transport. The interesting thing about the storm here is we got this easterly component to some of this vapor transport. So it's going to highlight usually dry portions of some of the higher terrain here across Southern California and up into Nevada, the higher terrain as well. As you can see, this would be a Category 5 atmospheric river here, exceptional levels and lasting for over 48 hours here. So yeah, pretty intense stuff. Probably not something you're going to see again anytime soon, seeing these red dots for the AR5 here across portions of Arizona all the way into California and Nevada. But the worst flooding is going to be right about the Nevada, Arizona, California border there off to the west, and especially across the higher terrain of Southern California. And this is looking at what is going on with Hurricane Hilary now. It's just now starting to move over the colder water. It's going to continue to deteriorate like we've been talking about the last few days. You can see the sharp cutoff there, strong temperature gradient there across the Pacific Ocean as you go off the coast of Mexico up towards Baja and into Southern California, where the water is much cooler there. Here's San Diego, and you can kind of see we're still dealing with this discrepancy here in the European and its ensembles. Some of these gusts are up over 60 miles per hour here, but they're kind of scattered around in there. Probably looking at some gusts between 40 and 50 miles per hour for San Diego International Airport on through tomorrow. And on through tomorrow night. Here's the ocean side. You go up the coastline a little bit here, and you can see there's quite a few ensembles that think you're going to get 50 plus mile per hour gusts here as well. Could cause some local damage also, and you can see the control run about 45 miles per hour there. Ensemble means somewhere in the mid 40s. Big Bear City Airport, big rains incoming here, 24-hour period, over 3 inches of rain, up towards 3.5 inches of rain. You guys know what that's going to do. The old timers can tell you all about it here, what happens when it starts to rain in the higher terrain of Southern California, this kind of caliber of rainfall here in a short amount of time, and then kind of persistently continuing on in through tomorrow night. It's definitely going to cause some problems. Here's Ontario International here, the control and the mean are up over 3 inches, up towards 4 inches here, 3.6. So yeah, a pretty good model agreement there. Now looking at San Francisco here, maybe some showers can get out there. Can't rule out a thunderstorm or two out there as well, but really not a big precipitation signal for San Francisco. As you saw in some of the precipitation maps I've been showing here, pretty strong precipitation gradients. The storm moves up and off to the east. Phoenix, not under the gun here as well. Probably getting something here, but more like a few tenths towards a 1/2 inch of rain. Not the extreme flooding that's going to be seen over portions of California and Nevada. And this is looking at 9 p.m. Saturday here. This is where Hurricane Hilary is located. You got some hurricane warnings along the coast of Baja. tropical storm warnings here up the Southern California coast. Nothing has changed there. Should be a depression by the time it's over Nevada, but pretty impressive here. The first time ever that a tropical storm warning has been issued for Southern California. But if the National Weather Service was around in 1939, they would have probably issued one then as well. So yeah, interesting stuff here, folks. It's going to continue up across the coastline here, all the way up in Southern California tomorrow. I may do a live stream for an extended period tomorrow. We can just kind of watch this thing, see how it's developing, what kind of heavy rain develops as we go on. I'll see how it goes. I'll either do a video, of course, in the morning, and then maybe a live stream, or both, or, we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll do an extended live stream during the day at some point, just kind of looking at what's going on. We'll try to check out some webcams out there in the area and see what kind of places are picking up damage or flooding and whatnot. But yeah, pretty tired again. I've had to work all day again today, kind of all talked out, but I will be up and at it again tomorrow morning. Kind of a once in a generational storm here moving across California. The hype is real here, folks. Some places are going to get really dramatic flooding. Some people, of course, as always with these weather events, will think, hey, this isn't quite as bad as I thought, but there's probably going to be some very serious issues with the amount of moisture moving up over the region. But anyway, I sound like a broken record now here, trying to get everybody prepared. Hopefully you guys are liking these videos and taking heed of these warnings, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow morning, probably in a video or a live stream at some point tomorrow as well. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a good night, and I hope you're all prepared for tomorrow. So I'll talk to you guys then.